You reckon there could be a more beautiful spot in the world there?
Who gets to play in pristine Shoalwater Bay? Not you or me or the kids. Not even speculators with the highest bids. Not fishermen or bushwalkers, naturalists or bird stalkers. Goddamn nature love. No, it's the Defense Department of the USA. What they gonna play in Shoalwater Bay? The biggest ever war games. Yeehaw! Can you call war a game? It's not a base, it's only a facility. It's real kind of your government to invite us. Scrap the environmental impact statement before and after the war games. That's something we learned back in the Philippines. Before they kicked us out, we can't test these bunker bombs back home. Suckers go off. Got signs underwater tested, weather-breeding whales arrested. We got bunker bombs that need tested. We got depleted uranium to unload. Yeah, cook a koala. It goes to Guyana. Fry frog. Roast that.
Well, the hills in the background there are in the military reserve, but we're just coming out of the national parks now. This is Stockyard Point in Five Rocks. It's a pristine surfing spot for the locals. And just past Five Rocks is the 9 Mile Beach, and halfway along the beach it suddenly changes from fully protected Byfield National Park into a military training area for the Americans to test their weapons in. I don't understand it.
15 years ago I sailed into Shoalwater Bay with longtime friend Peter Garrett. He was then the president of the Australian Conservation Foundation. They wanted to bulldoze these ancient sand dunes, some of them as old as 750,000 years, to get the mineral sands from them to make white paint. Peter and I combined forces with the locals to make a film that helped save Shoalwater Bay from the sand miners.
Shoalwater represents one of the last opportunities that we have in Australia and probably on the planet to actually hold on to an entire coastal ecosystem.
That first trip with Peter began my lifelong love affair with Shoalwater Bay. We won that battle to stop the sand miners, but now Shoalwater Bay faces a much more sinister enemy. But I believe with the help of the Australian people, we can win this battle too.
Well, this area, of course, being such a large, relatively unspoiled area, Of course, it's got all these different ecosystems, and naturally, all the diversity of birds, terrific diversity of birds. I would like to tell you about one in particular. It's only the size, not much bigger than the sparrow. It's called the little redneck stint, and it flies 12,000 miles over to Alaska and Siberia to breed, and then it has to come 12,000 miles back again to Australia, so it's quite incredible, really. You wonder however they can do it. Anyway, of course, they've got to find resting places here, free of people, where they can be, hunt for food and such like. So it's very essential that we have places that are quiet, relatively unspoiled, etc., for that kind of bird. But this is a very good crossover zone for birds that need to be on the move for one reason or another.
Do they work?
Right?
Do they work? Have they got honest jobs?
I think the depleted uranium is a problem. I mean, especially in a residential area. But as far as the training goes, I think it's fairly important for the area.
Like, do they work for an honest living, and then they'll sort of find out, about work and things like that in life?
And you don't see what's happening until it's too late. And then everybody gets up and carries on about it then.
Yes, it's a contradiction, right, Dave. It's all been protected as World Heritage. It's supposed to be attracting thousands of tourists from overseas. But maybe that's not such a contradiction when you realise that tourists don't actually come here, so there's no tourist dollars in it. We look at other sorts of dollars here, military spending dollars maybe.
Well, they're not going to ruin a perfectly good training area by using radioactive equipment.
They've now protected the Clara group. It's a fish sanctuary, and you're not allowed to disturb the fishing there, unless, of course, you've got an F-111 or an aircraft carrier.
Yeah, I've seen F-111s and FA-18 dropping rather large bombs on Townsend Island, because you can see the explosion from 25 kilometres away, 30 kilometres away.
Ron Toon is a commercial fisherman who's been fishing at Shoalwater Bay since 1982. Ron suffers from Parkinson's disease. So do a disproportionate number of his ageing fishermen friends who've worked for decades in the Shoalwater Bay Training Area. He wonders if it's from the heavy metal contamination from the bombing fallout or other nasties tested there by the American and Australian military.
It's the Defense Department of the USA. What they're gonna play in Shoalwater Bay, the biggest ever war games. Yeehaw! Can you call war a game? It's not a base. It's only a facility. It's real kind of your government to invite us.
This photo sums up for me why we've got to defend our homeland. Why opposing Talisman Sabre military exercises until they stop is of critical importance. This shot was taken during the last Talisman Sabre military exercises in 2005. It's of Raymond Island, which sits in the mouth of Shoalwater Bay itself.